What's up YouTube? My name is Mike and welcome to 3D, Dad's Do's and Don'ts. Today's video, we're going to talk about what age is the right age to get your kid a cell phone. Now, in today's world, it's more common to see a kid with a cell phone than it is to see a kid with a Rubik's Cube back in my day. But what exactly is the right age or the right time to allow your child that responsibility? There's so many different opinions on the subject, and in today's video I'm going to give you mine as well as some good tips that can help you make an informed decision for your family. And finally, we'll take a look at the numbers and we'll discuss how other parents are handling the cell phone situation. In my opinion, there are many external factors that should go into the decision-making process of when your kid should have a cell phone. My oldest daughter is 10 and just started the 5th grade. She's been asking for a cell phone now for about the last 2 years. Her mom and I decided that middle school or 6th grade would be a good time to get her one. However, because of a very major external situation, her mom and I are now separated and we are co-parenting. That has changed our mindset a little bit about the phone. We believe that now it might be better for her to get a phone sooner rather than later, because that gives her the ability to interact with both parents whenever she wants, regardless of which house she's at. So when I say external situations, those are the types of things that I'm talking about. How often are they by themselves? Is there times throughout the day when you're not with them or they're not in a classroom setting? Do they walk home by themselves? Do they go to the playground by themselves? Are they allowed to go to friends' houses alone? All of those things should come into play when you make a decision. The two major factors in my mind for getting your child a cell phone is, first and foremost, their maturity and responsibility level. Second is the circumstances surrounding their life. A cell phone should be something that is given to children because they have a need for it, not just because they want it. When I talk about responsibility and maturity level, what I mean is we can look at the way that they behave now, and we can try to determine how they'll act when they get a cell phone. Do they do their chores? Are they making good grades in school? Are they good with their TV time and their device time now? Do they listen when it's time to get off? Are they trustworthy? These are things that are extremely important, and in my opinion, much more important than how old your child is. I think that you could find 8-year-olds out there that would be better candidates for a cell phone than some 10, 11, or even 12-year-olds. It just really comes down to what capacity they have to obey your rules. Once you put a cell phone in a child's hand, you are giving them access to the entire world, good, bad, and ugly. And a lot of those times, you're not going to be looking over their shoulder to guide them in the right way. Dr. Phil says the best way to determine future behavior is by looking at past behavior. So if you have a child who is not able to do what you ask them to do, does not have a good track record with maturity, responsibility, or just following rules in general, it might not be a good time to get them a cell phone. According to a recent Nielsen poll, there were 3 main reasons that parents decided to get their kids a cell phone. The first was so that they could communicate back and forth whenever each of them wanted to. The second was so that parents could have a GPS signal and know the exact location of their children at any time, which I guess that's a good thing as long as your kid keeps their cell phone on them. If they leave it at a friend's house, lose it at the park, or something like that, then you're only going to get GPS to where the cell phone is, which comes back to their maturity level. Are they able to keep up with their stuff? The third, which in my mind was the craziest, was the fact that their kids just kept bothering them for one. They kept asking, kept sweating them about it, and so finally they gave in and got them a phone. I don't think that this should ever be a reason to get your kid a phone. To put it in perspective and give you an idea of how other parents are handling the cell phone situation, I did a little research on the numbers. According to WebMD, 85% of kids between the ages of 14 and 17 have their own phone. 69% of kids between the ages of 11 and 13 have their own phone, and 31% of kids between the ages of 8 and 10 have their own phone. The average age that a kid gets their first cell phone in America, 12.1. So 12 years old. Now, I would have thought that the age would have been a little bit less than that, maybe 9 or 10. But like I said, to me, age has absolutely nothing to do with this equation. Now, here's a fun fact for you. Dads are more likely to get their kids a cell phone in elementary school, while moms prefer to wait till middle school. So, just something to think about. Now, if you have decided that you're going to get your child a cell phone, there are a couple things that are absolutely necessary. Number one, a set of ground rules has to be laid down off top. When will they be able to get on their phone? Will they be able to go to sleep with their phone, or do they have to turn it in at a certain time to you? Are there times throughout the day when they can just get on there and have free time? Do they have to have their homework done before they get on their phone? These are all things that need to be taken into consideration when you make this decision. Along with the rules, it is extremely important to lay down a set of consequences if they break the rules. And like I said, it is extremely important to lay these things down before they ever get their hands on a cell phone. This cannot be a work in progress. There has to be a concise, clear set of rules and a concise, clear set of consequences that the child understands before they ever start touching those little buttons. If not, you're going to have a problem on your hands that's bigger than any other problem that you've currently had because, as I said, a cell phone gives them 24-hour access to everything. Now, with all that being said, I'll recap. I think that maturity and responsibility, as well as their current circumstance in life, what they have going on, what they do, where they go, who they're with, I think those are the two most important things that should be taken into consideration when we make this decision about a cell phone. I think it is extremely not important, for lack of a better word, to consider their age. Like I said, I would have thought that the average age would have been a little bit younger. As it turns out, it's 12 years old. I don't necessarily think that's the best guideline to follow. I think that it is an individual decision, and each individual child's circumstances have to be taken into consideration. So, there you have it. My take on cell phones. If you like this video, please give us a like. Consider subscribing to the channel, and if you want to be notified every time we upload a new video, please hit the little bell. Appreciate your time. I look forward to seeing you again, and God bless you.